Shit.
You forgot everybody because you're afraid.
Yeah,
Word of mouth.
Word of Shout out to my clubhouse people because y'all rocking strong. Clubhouse, Twitter, Instagram, etc., etc.
Why you gripping the mic so hard, bro? Come on, relax. Oh, shit. Your shoulders are pumping. You get sweaty. Your glasses fogging up.
Yeah.
Oh,
man, this is just y'all funny, bro. Y'all funny. So, Prince Yaya, I guess we always just start off with like understand like a bio, almost like who are you, where you from, what made you into the MMA fighter that you are today? Because we've been wanting an MMA fighter on here for a while. He's been trying to like get into
not really, but like casually for jiu-jitsu.
Especially for exercise, stuff like that. Yeah. So like, who are you? Where are you from? Stuff like that. Background on who you are as a.
Who am I? I'm Prince Yaya. I'm Nigerian. I was raised in Clayton County. Clayco. Yeah, Southside.
So you can really fight.
Yeah, I really fight.
Shit, you really fight.
You heard that, though?
I heard it.
No, he's from the trenches too, so don't try Marcel.
No, I'm not trying.
No, he not trying me. No, he not trying me.
Yeah, I kind of always been athletic my whole life. I always been like an artist. So,
An artist?
Yeah.
Like musically?
Everything. Creatively, yeah.
Okay.
How did I get into fighting? I got into a couple street fights. Somebody suggested it, and I was like, I ain't got time for it like that. Then I was training somebody, like personal trainer.
Yeah.
And a coach came in and was like, "You're big as you know how to hit a bag. Show me how to hit a bag." Then I went to a sparring tournament. Like this is all within like a 3-day period.
What type of tournament are we talking? Jesus. Boxing?
Yeah, it's just a boxing tournament, like a big ass meet up of amateur fighters. Mm-hmm. And I hopped in there with like the number 3 dude in Georgia at the time, like a USA boxer.
Come on.
Hell no. Oh. He fucked me up. But the competitive nigga in me like was like, oh, I'm not ever about to go out like that. I mean, he didn't really fuck me up. Don't let me say it like that and exaggerate the situation. It was just more like I was very conscious of the difference of skill, and I don't like to be the bottom of the pack. So I was like, I gotta like really sit down and learn this shit.
So skill beat size in fighting MMA.
Yeah. No, this was actually a boxing match. I hadn't even touched MMA yet. Like I had growing up, I never kicked folks. Like that was weird to do. Like you know what I'm saying?
It sounded kind of weird.
But I still did shit where like I played soccer. You know what I'm saying? Like I was crazy at kickball. Like so I used my legs. I ran track. Like you know what I'm saying? So my legs was always strong as fuck. So the transition from boxing to MMA was super easy. Actually, it was from boxing to Muay Thai, and then from Muay Thai to MMA.
Okay, interesting. Because I be trying to figure out how people make that transition to like MMA because it's something popularity-wise definitely is blown up recently. Like it's not like something that's been like traditional like boxing and stuff like that. So especially you boxing and all of a sudden you start kicking niggas, I would assume that's like a different.
Yeah, like, kind of beast. Like it's almost like, and I don't want to use this comparison, but it's like a gateway drug. Like, so like slap boxing in high school, that's the gateway drug. Like you kind of, kind of like, okay, I like this shit. Like slap boxing all the time in high school and middle school. So then by the time you start using your real fist, you're like, oh, it's fire.
So
like
you like to fight about anything small, so like.
Yeah, I would sometimes fake being mad. Just to fight.
How many times did you get suspended growing up?
So I did maybe like 4. No, okay, a lot. But I have an African mom, so when she got to school, they never actually gave me OSS. She was like, if they ever send him home, he's not gonna do shit. So you need to keep him in school to give him ISS, and they're not ever gonna give you ISS for more than like 3 days. So I always had like little 3-day ISSs here and there, but.
They didn't never expel you after like the 4th fight? They're like, no, you gotta go?
No. Wow.
After the 2nd fight, they had to pack me up, no cap.
No, I was in the Clayton County school. They're not expelling nobody unless you bring a gun to school.
You don't get expelled?
Right. Not in Clayton County. If you don't bring a gun to school, they're just gonna let you keep them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Either beat or be beaten.
Okay, so you like to fight, do Did you guys? I don't know how
recreationally.
You like to fight recreationally. We did this thing in high school where, like, let's say we had a basketball game versus another school, right? And like some beef happened. Like we would schedule a fight. Like, yo, bro, tomorrow let's meet at this location. And our schools are gonna fight.
That's too premeditated. That's almost like you've been waiting for a charge. So really, my grades sucked, so I couldn't play football after like 2 months or like a month. Some shit, I don't know. But I joined the band. And I told y'all I'm like artistic. So when I was marching, it happened on the field, halftime show. I was on drum line. We gonna fight that drum line. Like we got into a fight with Pepperbrook one year. I don't know what year that was.
The bands fought?
Oh yeah.
That sounds very lit. That sounds like a lot of fun.
This is some hood shit. Like,
yeah.
Don't think of band nerds.
Were you using
think of like hood niggas and drums.
Were you using like instruments as weapons? Was that happening?
No, these are school equipment.
You put them down and then you
fight. No.
So you put a drum off your chest and y'all just going.
Yeah, at this point, so through the band, I think I played quints, spine drums. I played bass drum and tenor drum. And I played something else.
So, you said you're creative, you're artistic. How do you go from like, okay, you're in high school, you couldn't play football because your grades wasn't good enough, but you're like, all right, let me get into band. Because I feel like a lot of football players aren't thinking like, all right, let's do something musically.
Yeah, no. Okay, so...
Did you have that? Did your family grow up playing a lot of music?
No, they didn't actually. In fact, it wasn't until after I joined the band that I realized my dad knew how to play drums. But growing up, I never seen him beat shit. Like, he never picked up sticks, never played with his hands, none of that.
Did he see you doing that, and then, like, he opened up, like...
No.
Wow, son.
I was practicing one day loud as fuck in the living room, and he was like, this sounds like shit. And then he put the stick, and he did some shit, and I was just like... I said, what the fuck? I said, I didn't know you could play. Hey, he could speak like French. I didn't learn it until I was like 18.
My dad did the same thing. I have Ethiopian parents. They just surprise you. I didn't know my dad could speak Arabic until I was like 15. I was like, why you surprise me with a whole new language, you know? Yeah. It's crazy.
You think that was that something that was like irritating, that like you're a hood nigga but you can play drums and like you also fight, so it's almost like an oxymoron, like niggas would try you, or you were just the type of nigga like nobody didn't try, even if you were considered
the drum line wasn't really full of nerds. You couldn't really say that at my school.
Okay, cool.
It was really full of hood niggas. Like, we had a situation of...
Drum line kind of cool. You playing like the triangle and the trombone.
And you gotta realize, this is almost around the same time as like when the movie had dropped. So it was kind of the end thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, our school was 50-50, we'll say 30-30. Like, in thirds of like cheerleaders, football players, and band. Everybody.
Shout out to the cheerleading.
Yeah. We was marching down to almost 300 students. Like, she was big. We was marching the same size like
you were rich, because how did they afford how y'all afford all that equipment then?
I don't know, bro. It was all run down, no cap. Like, the shit was, everything was old as fuck, but they did have enough equipment. We was marching like 250, 300 people. Like deep back then.
Sporting events were like big for you guys then.
Hell yeah, Battle of the Bands was deep. Like, all it was.
Let's do it professional. Like, the best thing would probably be a PC.
Like, the whole city would come out.
You can do more.
And not even check out the football team. I mean, that's like, I think like the movie was hot back then. Like,
come on, Drumline?
Yeah. And like, job like 2, 3 years ago.
So you're in high school. You're in band as well. You are wildly athletic, I assume.
And recreationally slapboxing niggas.
So how do you know at that point what you're gonna do with your future? Just kind of just rolling with it.
So all right. So this is gonna sound kind of cryptic.
Okay.
But I didn't really think I was gonna live past 18.
Okay.
Yeah, and I said, okay, I'm gonna just be a rapper, because I grown up making music anyway. I almost got a record deal, but African parents are not gonna let you drop out of school.
Most definitely not.
My mom definitely killed that.
How old were you when you got this almost offer?
Like 16.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they weren't going for that.
Me and Soulja Boy was around the same time. When he got his deal, I had one on the table. Yeah. So then I was like, maybe I'll be a music teacher if I, like when I go to college or something. Because
Alright, bet, fam.
For music back then. But then my mom was like, "No, teachers are broke. You can't do that."
Sounds
So,
about African.
sounds about African, right?
Yeah.
So then, when I got to school, I was not MMA. I was a computer science major, and I took a boxing class.
God damn, you did everything, man.
Yeah, I had a very active life. If you really want to take this podcast could go on for like 6 hours. If you want to get into some details,
Shout out to the 3 in the chat.
It could be a movie.
So,
I got stories for days.
So you go to uni, you do computer science, and then you start boxing? At what point?
I took a boxing class for like 2 weeks, and they shut the program down. Because I learned some crazy ass combos.
Metro booming make it boom.
Oh, which school is this?
Metro booming, make it boom. What's
And I
good,
went
Sean?
there for the year, so like,
Make sure to drop a like for me, my guy.
You little
So,
what's this? What school you was in?
West Georgia.
Okay.
Okay. And I went there for the year, so like the super parties.
You little
So make a party in the warehouse.
I probably threw that party.
You Omega?
No. You said Omega? Oh, I think you said a mega, like a super party, like.
Okay, so you're doing computer science, but then you in this boxing class. So I'm assuming that's when this transition started to happen, when you guys started introducing.
No.
That wasn't it either.
No. I did learn some combos that just kind of carried me in the street. I stayed a computer science major for like 3 years after that class ended. And I didn't even think about boxing again until I dropped out. Then I started working out. I got in shape. Then I started personal training. And then I got back.
Give me that.
But I had never stopped watching and studying. I just never thought of doing it myself.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people be scared of a dude my size. Like,
Yeah.
And then
A lot of people do.
Yeah, a lot of people
do.
Marcel
They be
wouldn't, personally,
afraid.
if you wanted to fight him, he wouldn't be.
Yeah, a lot of people.
A lot of people would be afraid.
People
I'd say.
would be afraid.
But you know what's crazy? Every blue moon,
Hey.
you would have somebody who has the balls to really, like, test it.
Oh.
Like,
yeah.
I had a situation, maybe like last year or so, at the gas station when a dude got mad because I pulled into a pump before he did.
Was he out of pumps or was he bored?
That's what I'm saying. He was in the car with his girl.
That's what it was.
That's really what it was. Testosterone. So he got out the car, crazy. I'm talking about belligerent. And mind you, there's 2 cops sitting in the car, like, tucked in the edge of the car. So they're watching the whole. So, like, he gets out of the car, crazy. Yelling, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Shit, blah, 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 blah. He swing. I just kind of move out the way. 1, 2, bam, bam, drop his ass. I said, yeah, I bust my knuckle on his tooth.
Oh man.
Yeah, so the cop, I looked at the cop. I was like, what? He was like, you good to go? I said, for sure.
Just kept pumping gas. You got enough, girl?
No, I just got in my car and bounced. I was just mad my tooth was bleeding.
Yeah, she was in there like, damn, you gonna be straight.
That's what I said. I said, why you go out bad like that in front of your girl?
That don't make no sense.
Wait, was he knocked out or was he just on the floor?
What kind of car was he? He wasn't asleep.
He was in charge.
What kind of car was he in?
He was something beat up, something old, yeah.
He was low to the ground?
Not like a Buick, cause
I'm about to say, so she could just see him laying there.
Yeah, she could see him. She could see him.
I thought it was like a truck or something.
Because if it wasn't a truck, you'd have a good vantage point from which to see him on the floor.
It was like a low car. Yeah.
Yes.
Hope she got her license, but they would have been stuck there, really being stuck.
Said I tow the car.
Yeah, tow the car, call AAA.
Hey, that nigga's. You guys just hope that nigga wake up sometime soon.
You get knocked down, you gotta tow your car. That's tough
You
seeing,
wake up at
man.
a gas station still with no gas in your car.
You gotta call AAA, explain to them why your car that you could visibly drive is not being driven. It's tough.
I probably did more fighting in like middle school and high school than I did during my college years. My college years, I spent more being a party promoter.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking about fighting. I was thinking about girls and parties and school.
So when you at that stage, what are you doing outside of school? Because I know like we all been to college, like especially when me and him was in college. I mean, you gotta make money somehow. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just be like
We all dropped out,
going
too.
to school. I mean, we all dropped out as well. But I was just, when you can't just be at, I mean, unfortunately, you can't just be at school. So what were you doing like behind this? Was it the party promotion, put a little change in your pocket, or what were you doing? Okay, so we'll go to the next question. So,
You
that.
Yeah, ain't gonna do
That
it.
boy acting like Vlad out here.
Yeah, my bad. No, because I didn't know if you was like, I mean, because you sound like you just do a lot of shit. So, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a nigga be fixing computers on the side. I don't know what this nigga did. This nigga went from band camp to now he in computer science.
He's talking so fast. He's awfully nervous today. Marcel is real nervous, man.
Yeah, we cut that part out.
Your toes been jumping the whole pod.
I can see him. Like this right here.
But also, like, when, because West Georgia is, like, also an hour in deep, too.
Carrollton.
Carrollton.
That's that place that gave me a ticket. That place.
Those cops fucking trash, bro.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Bro, I drove. I wasn't even in his lane. There was 2 lanes between us.
I don't even know the story yet.
And they gave me a move over ticket. There was people super speeding, and he saw a black guy in a Range Rover. Was like, nah. And he chased me down, and I was genuinely surprised I was being the one pulled over because I was going the speed limit.
I believe.
It's crazy.
I believe
that place.
I
shot
believe.
down everything. I drove like 2 hours one time because I came from the other side, like on Gwinnett. There, shut down every party. Cops at every entrance, asking for ID.
What year was this?
This was maybe 2 years ago, 2018 maybe.
Do you want me to tell you why they do that?
Why?
Me.
You the reason?
Yes. I went there and I went there.
Go ahead, say something.
So I didn't even have dreads back then, but
Oh, what you have? Shortcut?
I don't know. I have a whole bunch of different styles.
You were smaller and your dreads were a little bit shorter. I'd have been bad.
But you're not mad.
Some ass right low.
We threw parties that got so big. Like, they were on the sides of, like, what's that movie, Project X?
Yeah.
Parties like that regularly.
Y'all follow each other like ants. Like, y'all all go 14 cars deep. Right across the
Every
street.
good party. Like, I think I left there in 2013. 2013, I was getting word that they would shut it down so fast you couldn't even send out party texts no more. Like, that's how bad it was when I left. I said, damn, we did that? That's nigga.
But it was like that too when I graduated, because I graduated high school in 2011, and it was still like that because my brother went out on that side, and it's like, y'all need, but it's also really nothing to do out there. That's the
party.
It's really legit nothing. Like it's almost like it's secluded from almost everything else. And as soon as you make the transition to get to Carrollton, that's all they
feel like a little tree vortex.
Yeah.
A tunnel of trees.
And then as soon as you get there, it's nothing. That's all you do out there.
An old movie like Slim and Queen.
Yeah. So you said they stopped the boxing class. So how did you get back into that field? Like what made you get back to that point?
I was a personal trainer.
Okay.
Got into the gym. There was a coach. I mean, I had got into a couple street fights, so I was just kind of hitting the bag anyway. But there was a coach who walked in and was like, "You need to go out there and compete. Like, you could be a champ." I just kind of OD'd on his word and just did it.
So how long ago was this? What point is this?
That's about 2.5 years ago. Oh, no, it was about 3 years ago. It was about solid 3 years ago.
3 years ago, okay.
Yeah.
So since then, what is the process for people out there who are interested? Because I would just assume, there's, I don't know, how readily available is it for you to get training and information on how to properly MMA fight? Because I can't imagine it's at the same level as the years of experience and training, rudiment of boxing or basketball, like that.
Yeah.
People, because this is all fairly new. Was it hard to get that type of information?
Nah, really, I'm a super inquisitive guy, so I'm gonna go seek that information regardless. But if I can give you a short plan, I would say you probably got to find a coach, somebody who's kind of reputable, kind of know a little something. Even if you don't have a coach that's UFC connected, if he's locally, every city has a local fight promotion. So if you find a coach who just has connections to whatever local fight promotion you're at, because everybody got to start amateur regardless.
Yeah.
No state commission is going to turn someone pro unless they're famous and it can generate money for the city. Okay. Local promotion. They may have to.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I was surprised. After KSI and Logan Paul's first fight, they went.
They only do the amateur shit just to keep them safe because they don't. Where Nate Robinson never had to have an amateur fight. Just
he was pro off the rip?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was already a pro athlete. They know his body is in shape. They just assume that he has the money then now she go get professional training, and he'll be prepared to do whatever fuck to do, so they just automatically turn it up.
That makes sense.
But for the average mother, you really gotta like. People say I started late. I started around 25 years old.
Yeah.
Well, then like I would just say know your body. I've always been kind of in shape, kind of out of shape, but mostly in shape for my whole life. So it wasn't hard for me to get into fight shape or get into fight training shape. I would say you judge yourself, see how far you can go and what division you want to be in, because the more you go up, the harder it gets. Yeah. Which is why everybody fights down. Like, unless you just can't get down, dude. Just like.
So when you're going through that path, how long do you think it like took you, someone who can?
So I am unorthodox. For me, I like supercharge my timeline. So all the shit that I will say people will spend like 5 years doing, 3 to 5 years doing, I did about a year and a half. Like, I'm a big motherfucker. I'm an athletic motherfucker. I don't quit. So, and then I'll just say thanks to God. I've always been in situations where, like, I'm getting the best kind of help. Even if I got to pay for it, it's just I'm walking into, like, championship level help every time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got kids?
No.
I don't have kids either, but I got nieces and nephews. Yeah. So, something that I kind of learned watching them is, like, if you have an older sibling, like, the younger sibling always comes out a little smarter because they shit super fast after the first one.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same way with me, where like I would walk into like gym situations, or I walk into a training situation, or with my coach. My coach is a championship coach, so he's bringing UFC pros to come and like spar with us. So I'm not playing with like little kids. I'm not playing with other amateurs. I'm playing with people doing this at the highest level. Yeah. So if I'm dodging their punches, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's really what it is for me. So I'm learning super, super fast, and I'm getting like the best help. Like,
so it sounded like there was never really a point where you were like, this ain't real. I'm not really doing this.
Oh yeah, there's a UFC pro named Ovance St. Perot. That motherfucker kicked me in the head one time. I probably like looked at this and said, do I really want to do this? But then I was like, I ain't no. Like,
it happened in that moment. He kicked you.
Oh yeah, like we was in the middle of sparring. I couldn't even quit. I was just like, I probably was like woozy. I was like, damn, do I really want to do this? Like, there's like 4 more minutes on this clock. Like, and I have to sit with this nigga. Like, and I don't know if y'all really watch UFC, but Vince is a big ass mother. Like, I mean, I know he fight at 205, but that nigga cuts to 205. He's a big dude, bro. Like,
if you're saying that, I believe him.
OSP made me look small, like, and I'm a big, like,
Vince
St. Perot.
Oh, that's
yeah. OSP, he's a cute.
Like, he's a what?
He's cute.
Omega?
Yeah. He's cute, though, yeah. He's like Haitian or something.
He is big.
He's gigantic, bro. Like, and when I sparred him, he was cutting for a weight. He wasn't even at weight. He was like, he's still heavy, like maybe like 225, 230. But he looked 260.
He cuts over 20 pounds to make weight?
Man, he cut more than that. He was already cutting by the time he got to our gym. You know what I'm saying? And he was like in the middle of his cut. Like, he was like, maybe he had a fight in like 4 or 5 weeks.
He cuts 20 pounds in 4 to 5 weeks?
I do shit now, bro.
How you do
that? I
that?
was like 215 I was like 225 like last week. I have to fight at 205 this weekend. I'm like 208 right now.
Okay, but aside from like hitting the sauna, like really
I'm gonna hit the sauna tomorrow. I haven't hit the sauna.
So what does that process look like? Because that's a lot of weight to cut.
Most of it's water manipulation. Like your muscles hold a lot of water.
But that can be 20 pounds of water manipulation.
Nah, it's about 8 to 10.
Yeah.
But the trick is you might actually do like you might have a fight camp that's about 6 weeks. You actually got to do the work and cut about 10 pounds. Anybody could do this one. That's not some fighter shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not some fighter secret. I promise you.
What's your workout plan? Like, you wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Wait. Run to the city.
You do that Rocky stuff? Bro, 30 days and 10 pounds it's not impossible, bro.
I know it's not impossible, but I mean.
So what is your, because I lost 125 pounds now. But I did that over a year and a half. So teach me this process on how to do like.
I'm trying to get real swole again because it's like
Okay,
I lost my muscle. Well, I didn't lose my muscles. I just lost the look of my muscles.
I'm actually a personal trainer as well, but
You live here?
yeah, I live in Atlanta.
Say where?
Oh, well, yeah, I stay in Atlanta. And the gym is on Fort Industrial. But the number one, huh?
I was just, we on the west side.
Yeah. The number one issue that a lot of people have is they don't really know how to use their body. Like, and I say this for everybody. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
probably all three of y'all.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that with any disrespect. But,
No, I'm fat. I'm fat.
Pretty sure I know that. I don't know how to use it.
I'm not fat. I'm still sexy. Like, but it's just like
when y'all are working out, when y'all are working out, like y'all just go through motions. Like even when like y'all
feel that
when y'all are like
yeah.
bench pressing or when y'all doing just kind of like throwing the way and like y'all feel it in the right spots. Here. Y'all feel it in your chest. Y'all feel it in your arms because that's the muscle you're using. But realistically, y'all not thinking about fibers. Y'all not pushing through muscles. Thinking about contractions and shit like that. Like
You let us on, bro. Oh my god.
It's so much like that goes into working out that will transform your body like that. Like it's hard to explain.
I've been strength training.
for this.
Nah, you really have to get with the personal trainer who knows what the fuck you're talking about.
The personal trainer. He's like, is there an app for this?
I mean, you really do. Like you have to get with somebody who really knows. Like,
Yeah, but I had to get back in shape first. I did that one time. Personal trainer got me into something, and I did that first workout. Man, I feel like I'm about to see Jesus.
it doesn't matter.
It's
Like
not
everybody's gonna die that first workout, bro. Like,
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I like to take it easy moving in. Like I've been like getting into it. So for example, I've just been starting to work out since January again, and I was doing like an upper body day, a lower body day, then like accessory day.
yeah.
Like really, upper body it might be like bench press, overhead press, and that's it. The lightest of light.
But why?
Just to get me into the habit of like, you know what I'm saying? Because
That's good.
not bullshit. When I go on,
Bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if this was money, right? You wouldn't say, give me $5 today and then work your way up to 100. You would want that $100 bill on the first day and every fucking day after that.
You want that 100?
true.
So if you pay your body, why would you pay your body in $5 increments? And then work your way up to $100. Like, no, bro.
I guess.
So you gotta think, like,
Body broke.
have you ever been broke before?
Yeah.
So so clearly you survived being broke. You should never be scared of being broke no more.
I am every day.
No, that's not what I'm
I
saying.
feel like going back there.
I'm saying like your bounce back. You should be so confident in your bounce back. Like you should never worry about.
I'm not worried about being broke. It's just.
I mean that's a metaphor. What I'm saying is like a hurt, bro. But you're not gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like
you might want to die.
That
day you still.
You're gonna get over it. That's a one shit with this. They kill you. Like, I mean, I guess really, they can.
We did a video a while back, and then we did another one where we actually boxed. I remember the first time I legitimately boxed. I mean, we did it with headgear. It wasn't like no headgear, and we were using 14-ounce gloves.
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
remember, and the last time we used 12-ounce gloves. I don't know why, but anyway, I remember the first like moment. We were doing like tag team boxing, so like your partner, it was almost like WWE time, but it was for a video. And I remember I was watching the fight go on, and it felt like unreal that like at any point like connect and then you're done. And I was watching people just juke and fade, and it felt real for the first time because you see people do it, and you're like, this looks so easy, but when you're there, you're like, what the.
So that's the number one thing. I like to make people panic.
Yeah, because it is panicking, man. Especially when you're in there with the demon, and they came in there with the scariest intro song, and they haven't blinked yet. That shit gets scary, man.
But does that really work? Like, have you ever like intimidated somebody to the point where they were just like scared before they even got into the ring? Like you can like smell the fear in them.
Yeah, all the time.
Come in with
All
your
the
dreads
time?
in your face, with your dreads in your face.
No.
You look them dead in their eyes.
Yeah.
Look at Lo how you do
So
that.
my thing is, I never take my eyes off of my opponent first. So like when we go in the weigh-ins, like I just look straight in your eye. So if we're looking here, I'm not gonna look away until you look away. All right. So we're here, and then like the camera off. Like, and then like the whole time I'm looking, like I'm trying to read your energy. Like I want to see like what does this feel like? Like do you feel? Are you gonna stand tall? Like are you gonna fold? Like what am I gonna have to do to you? Like that's what I'm.
Can you tell when nigga when he just like poking out his chest a little bit?
I can tell. I can look that. So I see in colors. Like if I see yellow on you, that's a green light. I'm gonna take your head off.
Interesting. I like that talk.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, when I hopped in there, I was like, I don't even think I breathed. I think I was holding my breath the whole time because I like how. And the second time I went to box was right after Nate Robinson embarrassed himself in front of millions of people. So everyone just went in there like, we don't want to be like Nate, man.
Man, I was just telling
Well,
Marcus,
good CCV.
like, they really set him up.
Should be that
Like,
light
it wasn't his fault. They really set him up.
Yeah, he was not supposed to be fighting. I don't
No,
understand
he
why.
hired the wrong type of trainer. Like they didn't teach him.
I know he's gonna lose from the start.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So my thing is, everybody can make good videos. He made some training videos, and if you don't really know what you're looking at, you would think that he was ready. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thought he was ready because nobody knew what he was looking at. But like, I watched that shit. I said, bruh, he got a boxing fitness trainer. He doesn't have a coach. Like, if you watch that fight, he just kind of runs out, and I'm like. I was saying, like, nobody taught him how to step into a match. You gotta, like, there's a certain way you have to treat round one, a certain way you gotta treat round two. You gotta move like that. Like,
I thought he had magnets in the short.
Man, that shit was like it was so bad. It was almost like they knew that he didn't have proper training. Like that's how bad it was.
I think he wanted that to happen though.
And then Jake Paul had been training for like 3 years.
That's the reason why I was like, that's the reason why he was like, Jake Paul legit.
Everybody thought
been
that he was African American. He's a dog. That Nate not gonna let him fight.
Well, that's the thing though. Nate is really a dog for real. He just he is a big dog. That's the thing is he's a studier of his sport. He didn't get to learn this sport yet. You know what I'm saying? They threw him in there way too fast, and he did not have proper training. Not at all. He never had a professional coach, but he had some nigga down at like the YMCA, which just held past him.